Yeah, that's how I felt on deadline day at 11 p.m. Let's crack on with the Wolves transfer window. Hello and welcome back to the South Bank Wolves YouTube channel. It was a bit underwhelming, wasn't it? Let's be honest. It wasn't the greatest. Deadline day was a dead day. It was. It just felt like a lost cause in the end, didn't it? Let's be honest. Let's crack on anyway. Well, so before we carry on, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I will be doing more and more content as we go along throughout the season. Hopefully, incorporate some different style videos, not just being here talking about Wolves. Obviously, I want to make it interesting. I want to make it fun. So yeah, this is the beginning of the journey. So yeah, subscribe and hit the like button. Everything goes a long way. So thank you very much, and I appreciate it all. Well, let's crack on with this video now. Transfers in, we'll go over them. Ryan Aït-Nouri, we signed for 9.99 million according to the transfer market website. From Angers, it was on, then it was off, then it was on, then it was off, and we realised that we didn't want to pay that much money for him, so then it was off completely. Then we went back in for him for a smaller fee, which was 9.9 million, and got him. Pretty good business by Wolves, and we were thinking, good start. Jose Sá, 7.2 million, the fourth choice Portugal international goalkeeper from Olympiacos. A good replacement for Rui Patricio. Yeah, a good bit of business, and I'd give him a year or two, and I think he'll be quite the established Premier League goalkeeper. So yeah, I have faith in him. I really do. Yerson Mosquera, no one had ever heard of him, from Atlético Nacional. 4.68 million he cost. If he turns out to be the dog's bollocks in a centre-back position, what a great bit of business that is. So, he's just coming back from an injury. He had half an hour yesterday against West Ham. So, yeah, we will wait and see with him. But, again, good bit of business. We spent 1.8 million on Bola, Hungarian player from Fehervar. We sent him straight out on loan to Grasshoppers, our affiliate club. And then the two loan deals, Trincao and Hee-Chan, both brilliant bits of business. Trincao, he should be a player thriving at Barcelona, like I've said before. So I reckon we got him through a favour of spending high on Semedo, because obviously Barcelona are screwed financially. I believe that's got a £25 million loan to buy option. So yeah, we spent 24 million in this window. Could have been a lot better though, and should have been a lot better, because that doesn't quite cut it, as we all know. Players out. So we're going to go over the players out, and then we'll also go on to these are loan players, like the fringe players that you didn't realise we still had, and also the academy players. So yeah, loans. Conor Ronan has gone back on loan to St Mirren. The one that confused the fridge out of everybody is Gibbs White going out on loan to Sheffield United now. Bruno Lage made it quite public that he was a huge fan of Gibbs White and that he wanted to use him in the first team setup often. And then he goes out on loan to near enough bottom of the table Sheffield United, which is, well, it's bananas really. Don't get it. No one got it. They didn't get a replacement. Ludicrous. Really stupid. Leonardo Campagna has gone back on loan to Grasshoppers. He was at Famalicão in Portugal before, but now Grasshoppers. Bola, who I mentioned just before, he's now obviously Grasshoppers. I think I mentioned that. You knew that. The pasta pizza man, Patrick Catrone, on loan to Empoli. No option to buy. Don't know if we're still paying you £65,000 a week wages. Don't know what the hell's going on. My opinion on this is that Wolves are trying to get a Rafa Mir situation out of him in regards to they're hoping he bags a lot of goals this season, and he probably won't. But they're hoping that he can make a good showing of himself there, and they'll be willing to pay the money that we paid, or a little bit more, so Wolves make a profit. The fee, sorry, not the fee, his wages is the biggest issue, £65,000 a week. basically, Wolves massively fucked up there, to put it short, and they're running out of ideas on how to get rid of him. It's his third loan spell. Probably be his third unsuccessful loan spell. He should have stayed with Wolves, in my opinion. Should have stayed. But that's just my opinion. Because I think if he got himself 10 goals this season, that's a basis to work on. And under Bruno Lage, you don't know what's possible. So, yeah, I think I would have stuck with him. But hey, what do I know? Dadashov has gone on loan to Tondela. I think they're Portuguese. Ruben Vinagre is on loan at Sporting CP. I'm pretty sure that's a loan to buy option. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I'm gutted. I love Vinagre, but at the same time, we've got enough left backs now to fill the whole freaking team. Well, the looks of things. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Vinagre. Just a shame he wasn't given more of an opportunity under Lage, because I thought he would suit Lage's style, but hey, this is what it is. Owen Osayi to Club Brugge, 3.6 million. Look, it wasn't going to work at Wolves. He's got an agent who believes he's going to be the dog's bollocks, but his attitude stunk in regards to he was late for team meetings, late for training. Yeah, it wasn't. Wolves weren't really happy with him, so to say. Maybe he got a bit hung out to dry under Nuno with how he was being played, but 3.6 million for an academy graduate, it's not too bad, really. Not too bad, and he just didn't fit in. Patricio, 10.35 million to Roma. Ended on good terms. You know, his family's still living in England. I think that's more to do with the COVID restrictions in Italy, but his family is still well and truly knitted into the Wolves fabric. They still attend home games. They've not got a bad word to say about the club. Rui's not got a bad word to say about the club. It was just the right move at the right time, and it just ended well. And I think it's a place where he'll always be welcome back. And you know, if we ended up facing Roma in a friendly or a Europa League match, for argument's sake, and Rui's on the opposition side, you know he's going to get a fantastic reception. So yeah, it was gutting that he'd gone, because he was loved by the whole fan base, but it was definitely the right time for him to move on. So I wish Rui all the best, and just happy to see that his family's still knitted into the Wolves fan base, or family, whichever you want to say. And then finally, Rafa Miller, 14.4 million to Sevilla. It was on, it was off, it was on, it was off. No one knew where he was going. It was Atletico Madrid, then it was Sevilla. He obviously ended up at Sevilla. Good bit of business. His attitude was right. He said he wanted to move to Spain, but if he was going to stay at Wolves, he would stay at Wolves. Yeah, good deal. And I wish Rafa all the best as well. So Wolves made 28 million. We'll go on to the other ones now. So there's the end of loans. William Jose didn't work out for him, but Vitinha I don't get. Why have we not gone for Vitinha? I'm telling you now, Vitinha would suit Bruno Lage's style of play. I hope that the door is still ajar and that we could still potentially go in for him, because I think he would thrive. I really do. It's a shame, but obviously he still has his Wolves connections with his former teammates. I hope Wolves go in for him again. He'll be something special, I really do. And letting him go is a mistake, in my opinion. With the other ones, so we'll go over the other ones now. Sarkic, the goalkeeper, gone on loan at Birmingham. Joe Young, another goalkeeper, Runcorn Linnets on loan. Another goalkeeper, Smith, he's gone on loan to Kettering. You've got Sondergaard, who's you're all familiar with. He's gone to Randers FC, or Ronders. I'm quite sure how you pronounce them. Ryan Giles, the cheap version of Aït-Nouri, according to some pundits. He's on loan at Cardiff. You've got Toti Gomez, who's gone to our affiliate club Grasshoppers. Longvik has gone to Fortuna Sittard. Luca Matheson, which is my one to watch this season. I really do think he'll be something special in the future, so keep an eye on him. He's a humble lad. He's got his head screwed on. If he has a good season at Alton, I do think he could potentially push Wolves' his first 11. Not necessarily next season, but in a couple of seasons' time. I really do have high hopes for this guy. But yeah, he's on loan at Hamilton Academical. Sanderson, another player to keep an eye out for. He's gone on loan at Birmingham. Marquez Belenenses, I think they're in Portugal. Tyler Perry at Cheltenham. Leo Bonatini, yes, Leo Bonatini's still on our books, and he's at our affiliate club Grasshoppers. You got Teo Corbiano, he's on loan at Sheffield Wednesday. I hope he has a good season there, but I just think because it's Sheffield Wednesday and how they run, I don't think he will, which is a shame really, because I really want to see him thrive, because I think he could be something really special. Dong Dahi has gone to some Chinese club, which BJ Guan, or however. And Austin Samuels, he's gone on loan to Aberdeen. So those are all of your ins and your outs. Did that the wrong way around. Anyway, so the players that we've been linked with and we've missed out on. Okay, Yokosulu, Turkish centre midfielder at Celta Vigo. He was on loan at West Brom last season. Yeah, one of them. Ruben Semedo, Portuguese centre-back at Olympiacos. If you actually genuinely thought that was going to happen, no offence, but you're an idiot. That is including all of the outlets who actually thought that Wolves were going to sign a player who has a criminal record. Imagine if he was became one of our first team defenders. We got into Europe again. Oh yeah, you can't play in Spain, no mate. can't play Atletico, Bilbao. Is Bilbao a place? I don't know. You can't play Espanyol because he wouldn't be allowed there. You reduce his Salon, or you reduce his market to be sold to as well. And more dodgy stuff has come out about him, I think, recently, and something to do with rape. But yeah, it was never going to happen. Goncalo Guedes, Portuguese left winger at Valencia. I think he would have been a backup if Traore had gone. Sven Botman, the Dutch centre-back, has been compared to Jaap Stam by a lot of Dutch media outlets. The Lille centre-back was wanting to come, apparently. But Lille wanted 35, Wolves wanted to pay 30, and they didn't do it. So, bit petty over 5 million, really. Renato Sanchez as well at Lille. Wolves wanted Sanchez. Sanchez wanted to come to Wolves. Wolves didn't check his medical history and did not realise that he was injured for 2 to 3 months. Who is in charge of our dealings? Look, I think Wolves will be going back for him in January if he's fit. But still, stupid. Duje Kalitakar, Croatian centre-back at Marseille. He didn't want to move because his wife is just giving birth, I believe, to their child. And didn't want to relocate. Noni Madueke, I think that's how you pronounce his name. An English winger at PSV, highly touted. Been watched by Leicester and Spurs as well as Wolves. Not much was said about him, but allegedly we were keeping tabs on him. Kiefer fucking Moore. People who got excited about that deal were people who just wanted to transfer him, because I'm not being funny, he's not a Premier League striker, he never will be a Premier League striker, he's a shithouse Championship striker. No. None of you will be rushing to the store to get Kiefer Moore printed on the back of your shirt. It was never going to happen, and if it did happen, it was stupid. And whoever in that boardroom at Wolves actually did want Kiefer Moore should be fired. Boubacar Kamara, a French centre midfielder, highly touted to be a really good centre midfielder in the future. Marseille wanted 12 million for him, I think, and Wolves didn't want to pay that, which again, stupid. Just pay the freaking money. We needed a centre midfielder. You'd probably get about 12 million for Morgan Gibbs White if you paid the right, if you pushed him towards the right club. English tax goes a long way nowadays. Just stupid. You should have gone for him. He's highly regarded as going to be a big talent in the future. Maybe even now. Amadou Diawara, the Guinean centre midfielder at Roma. Now, this was touted here and there by a few media outlets. Roma are happy to see him go. Wolves are keeping an eye on him. Mourinho sort of returned the favour for Patricio sort of situation. But nothing came to fruition, and yeah, everything was a bit quiet. His name was touted about here and there, but it was never something set in stone, really. Sergio Oliveira, Portuguese centre midfielder from Porto, he was linked as well, and Nikola Milenkovic, a Serbian centre midfielder from Fiorentina. So those are the main players that we were linked with. So what do I think of this window? I think it would have been a 4 out of 10. That's mine. I think the thing that's let us down the most is that we have not filled positions that are desperately needed filling. We needed a centre-back. Saïss is not a centre-back. Cody is looking more and more likely the one to fall out of that back line with Saïss, which is a shame in a sense, because I love Cody. I think he's brilliant. He's not obviously the best centre-back in the world, but his organisational skills, his defending is all right. You know, we've only conceded twice. Sorry, no, not twice. Well, yeah, twice on open play. One being a penalty in the 3 games. And the 3 games that we've had, Spurs, Man United and Leicester, who are no pushovers. So you have to give credit where credit is due. He's not played too bad. But the centre-back position is something that needs to be improved upon. Centre mid is desperate now. It only takes a couple of suspensions, or a suspension and an injury, and we are scuppered. I mean, if we have an injury crisis in the centre mid area, bloody hell, we are. What are we going to play? 5-5. It's terrible, that. It's very. Wolves, I've said before this video, are very naive and very ignorant to how the transfer window works. Almost like obsessing as if the transfer window revolves around them. Now, it clearly doesn't. They did that Ask Wolves thing, and it was public knowledge. That was the thing that griped me. It was public knowledge that Wolves were going to leave their dealings to later on in the transfer window. Now, when you know that, clubs are going to know that, and they know that then they can ask for more money off Wolves, because they know that they're leaving it so bastard late in positions that they know that needs to be filled. They're so stupid and naive, and this is the failings of the board. Now, the board need to be held accountable for it, and it doesn't matter what excuses that they come out with, whether it be fees or the health and the fitness of the player that they wanted. At the end of the day, this was public knowledge, and to make it public is stupid. Because if I'm Marseille or Lille or Cardiff for that matter with Kiefer Moore, I mean, I don't want Kiefer Moore. Cardiff doubled his price because they knew Wolves needed or wanted him, and it was deadline day. It's ridiculous, and those people in that boardroom should hang their heads in shame, especially letting players go like Morgan Gibbs White and not replacing him. That should have been, because Sheffield weren't after anybody else really. That should have been, you can have him if we can fill the position, and we didn't fill the position, and it's amateur hour. it really is amateur hour to do stuff like that, to say that you're going to leave it all late. Obviously, other clubs leave their transfer deadline business late, or that's a deadline in the name of it, but leave their transfer business late. But they aren't as desperate as what Wolves are. So, for me, it was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't like to slag the club off, but it was stupid. It was ridiculous. It was amateurish. It was very naive. It was ignorant. And then all of the promises that they put towards the fans, we didn't ask for these promises. They gave them to us without us asking. They've let the fan base down incredibly, and to pin it on like the excuses of the fees and the health of players and maybe even FFP, it's pathetic. And to add to the patheticness, even though it's not transfer related, the Graham Hughes stand is a farce. That's another 2 games. It's not going to be ready because they've allegedly found more problems with it. How can you find more problems with a stand that you've had tests on more than a month ago? And you said there's only a few issues and they'll be fixed within them 4 weeks. I love my club, and I think that Fosun have done brilliant up until now, where they have. I don't necessarily blame Fosun. I blame the people who are in the boardroom. That's your Scott Sellers, your Vinnie Clark, the other 2 Muppets who I can't remember the names of. Wolves genuinely have brought more deals in regards to esports than they have with the actual on-field players. That's my concern right now. It's all well and good getting different avenues of money, making Wolves a brand, but for this brand to be successful, the club on the pitch needs to be as successful. Now, it was going in the right direction when we were getting decent, we were up there, we were challenging, but if we, don't get me wrong, this season we played brilliant football so far, but we ain't got any results, and I'm pretty sure those results will come. But if we have another season like last season, where we have a big injury crisis of some sort, that football's going to diminish, and if we do carry on playing that style of football, we'll probably get battered. I just think it's ignorant and stupid, and I think there's a lot of questions should be asked of Fosun towards their board members at Wolves, because there's a lot of failings happening. There's things they've got right. Trincao deal, the Ryan O'Neill deal, the kits are bang on. Even I know they're expensive, but the actual training gears and the casual wear they've released, the quality, they really are. But ultimately, there's been more wrongs than rights, and they've got to own up to them, and they've got to make amends. They did well keeping Neves and Adama Traore, and there's been talk today that a deal for Traore is going swimmingly well, with 120,000 being put on the table, which means, yes, you're paying a lot of money for him, but if a big team wants to come in for him, they've also got to offer him big wages now. So those wages would have come from Patricio as well, because I think he was on 120 or something like that, Patricio. So I think they're offering him another 60,000, so they've still got 60,000 to play with, which probably was Trincão's and Hechan's. Anyhow, yeah, don't like to come on and moan, but when the club does things like this, they are open to criticism, and criticism they deserve to get. When they do things well, they deserve praise. It's as simple as that. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for that. I'm after 1,000 subscribers, but first I want to get to 250. The first 250 subscribers get entered into a competition. Now, it's either to win a Wolves shirt or a gift card. I'm probably going to head towards the gift card avenue, and then you can buy the shirt which obviously fits you, or you could spend it on anything else at Wolves. It's completely up to you. Anyhow, the competition is, we get to 250 subscribers. Those 250 subscribers send a screenshot that you are a subscriber. When it gets to 250, I'll announce it when it does happen, and you'll be entered into that competition. So yeah, leave a like, and obviously subscribe, share. I hope to do more things in the future, not just in here but out here, and I hope to make a backdrop for here as well that I can put up, because it's not very wallsy, it's very beachy. Not that you could see all of it, but yeah. I hope to be more interesting. International period sucks, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.